Hallo und willkommen mal wieder zum Master Detective Archives Raidcode. Starten wir mal das Spiel. Jetzt vorher vergessen habe. Sorry. Ja, beim letzten Mal sind wir vom Widerstand hintergangen worden, Fragezeichen. Und dann wurde auch noch der Anführer ermordet. Oder hat sich selbst getötet. Wer weiß. Das werden wir jetzt rausfinden. Und uns hat es natürlich mal wieder in das geheime Labyrinth verschlagen.
Fubuki?
I am a hindrance.
What, still thinking about that? You should have known that already.
Okay, ich glaube, die Cutscene hat sich schon angeschaut. Aber egal.
You can't solve mysteries, you can't use your abilities, you can barely move, you've got no courage, no resolve. So yeah, you're basically a hindrance, an obstacle. Now beat it before you drag Master down with you.
Fubuki, are you okay?
I am fine. I can stand on my own. Yuma, I am terribly sorry. From here on, I shall make an effort to not cause you any trouble.
You don't have to worry about it. If anything stands in our way, we'll work together to overcome it.
Yay!
This is something I must do on my own. I must become strong enough to take on the world before I can return to the Clockford family.
Hey, looks like she's getting motivated. Sometimes playing the bad guy gets results.
Playing? But you're always like this.
Yep. Die anderen reagieren nur meistens nicht so emotional darauf.
I am curious. Are you really a detective in training, Yuma? You seem far more experienced with adventuring than I am. You even had the title of Warrior of Light.
Den sie ihm gegeben hat.
You gave me that title, Fubuki.
Master's an expert at getting dragged into other people's business. He's been forced around the block a few times.
Da hat sie nicht Unrecht.
He's got a great mentor too.
Aber irgendwie scheinen die Schwierigkeiten auch ihn immer zu suchen.
In contrast, I have nothing besides the ability to wind back time. And my only merit is useless here.
Naja, aber die Zeit zurückdrehen ist schon extrem hilfreich.
Too bad, so sad. You're not gonna make it through here. You're getting real annoying. It's starting to stress me out. Master, help me unwind by turning them into mincemeat.
Ja, gerne.
Even if you didn't fire the gun, a friend could have done it for you. You ordered your accomplice to snipe Shachi from someplace else. Your accomplice threw the gun over to you. You planted it in Shachi's hand. That was your magic master plan! Huh? Where was the shot taken? There's one spot where the shot could have been made. You shot from the roof of the building next door!
Okay. Ach genau. Hochspannungsleitung, das ist gleich das, was wir brauchen. Alles klar. Wenn du einen Komplizen hättest, der Shachi erschossen hat, würde es keine Rolle spielen, wo du warst. Aber wäre es wirklich möglich gewesen, ihn von Nachbargebäude aus zu erschießen? Gutes Argument. Lass uns die Lösungsschlüssel überprüfen. Ja, ja, ja. Vielleicht findest du etwas.
Even if you didn't fire the gun. You shot from the roof of the building next door. Right.
Except...
Ah, ja. Genau. Die Schusswunde, oder? Ach ja, die parallele Schusswunde. Geht natürlich
Didn't
nicht.
fire the gun. A friend could have fired. You're already accomplice. Just make Sachi from someplace else. The accomplice threw the gun over to you. And you planted it in Sachi's hand. That's when you made it master plan. Huh? Where was the shot taken? There's one spot where the shot could have been made. The roof of the building next door!
I'll slash through this mystery!
Genau.
The neighboring building didn't have any windows, so the only way to shoot the victim was from the rooftop. But that building was taller than the hideout.
Yep.
If the victim was sniped from that height, the gunshot wound would have been at an angle. But the gunshot wound through his head was horizontal. Based on the gunshot wound, it's impossible for the bullet to have traveled from the roof of the neighboring building.
Und schon geht's weiter.
I get it. Since the wound ran parallel to the roof, the shooter must have been at the same height.
Yep, und das wäre neben Gebäude aus unmöglich gewesen.
Well, it could be that the victim's head was at an angle at the time of impact.
Ah, aber so schräg.
But in that case, we would have found the bullet lodged in the roof.
Ja,
The monster conjures falsehoods to impede our progress.
But it's strange that they insist it was a homicide. If I'm not the culprit, it'd make more sense to rule it as a suicide.
ja, eigentlich schon.
That's because it is one. They're insisting it's a homicide to cover it up.
Aber warum vertuschen? Es ergibt keinen Sinn.
So you finally revealed your true nature, God of Darkness?
Huh?
Yuma, do not be swayed by this deceiver. This case is most assuredly a homicide.
Assuredly. And what are you basing that on?
The victim carried a gun, did he not? If so, He could have used it to combat the peacekeepers pursuing him. And yet, he hastily turned the gun on himself. I do not believe the victim was so cornered that he would commit suicide.
That actually makes sense.
Ja, das haben wir ja auch schon so gesagt.
That's a good point. Even if he wanted to avoid using his gun, he could have at least used it to threaten them.
Ja.
So it must be a homicide.
No, suicide.
Homicide!
Suicide.
There are 2 doors?
Na, mal sehen. Ich sag, es war Mord.
The letters are written in blood. Does Yuma's blood contain holy powers? And it illuminates this cursed labyrinth? Yuma, you are more than the warrior of light. You are the holy warrior of light.
Der Titel wird immer länger.
Sure, that's fine. Let's focus on this problem. Is this a suicide or a homicide? We need to narrow it down, now.
It is clearly a homicide.
Nuh-uh. It's totally a suicide.
Ich sage Mord. Die Tür ist voll creepy.
Right here!
Und sieht aus, als ob das richtig war.
I'm sure this is the right way.
I knew it! This case had to be a homicide.
If it was a homicide, someone else had to have been on the roof, right? But Master, you were on the emergency stairwell, and the peacekeepers were behind the door. Which means no one could have gotten off that roof. How did the culprit shoot the victim and get away? See? If it wasn't a suicide, then what happened? You better explain yourself.
Das wollen wir doch
I
rausfinden.
shall. I completely agree with what Yuma said.
I didn't say anything.
Yep.
So what do you think, Master?
You mean why I think it's a homicide? I don't really have a solid reason why yet.
Yep. Aber das wollen wir herausfinden.
We're trapped!
Oh no! The walls!
Was ist der Grund dafür, dass es sich um einen Mord handelt?
Come on, spit it out. The mystery labyrinth won't wait forever, you know.
Ja, das wissen wir ja schon.
I know, but
Yuma!
if it was in fact a homicide, there would be some clue left behind at the crime scene. If I can just remember something.
Oh, like this? Here, this is everything left at the scene. This should be easy mode. I made sure to pull everything straight out of your memory, Master.
I'm sure there's a clue pointing to a homicide hidden here.
We do not have much time. Please hurry, Yuma!
There must be something suspicious, something that stands out. There has to be a clue. I have to find it. I know, it's this! This has to be related to the murder.
Oh, the wall stopped. Looks like it's the right one.
Okay, ich habe jetzt erst gedacht, das ist falsch.
That is
Aber
the gun
gut.
that fired the fatal shot, right? But how can you determine it was a homicide?
There's something unique about this gun.
Ja, die Richtung, in die, wie nennt man das, der Behälter, wo die Patronen drin sind, aufgeht.
A revolver cylinder
Zylinder,
normally
genau.
swings out to the left. But the gun found at the scene swings out to the right.
I see. That is unusual. It is incredible how you even noticed it.
Vielleicht ist er ja Linkshänder.
You really are the holy great detective warrior of light, Yuma.
It got even longer. Oh well, anyway. This gun was apparently custom made for Shachi.
Yep.
Junk shop geezer said that too. How does that prove this was a homicide?
I don't know anything else about it. I just figured this was kinda out of place.
Weil die Waffe zumindest ist das, was ich denke. Mal gucken, ob ich recht habe. Für einen Linkshänder gemacht ist und aber in der rechten Hand war. Eieiei.
Of course. You haven't solved the mystery itself.
Yuma, over there! Did you try shooting it with the gun?
I'm no marksman. Oh, but it could work inside the mystery labyrinth. If this gun is the answer... Huh? It's not loaded?
So ein Müll.
If you can't shoot it, then you're still missing something.
Something? Do you mean like why I think this gun is out of place? I can't shoot the gun until I figure that out?
Well, Yuma, did you solve it?
Why
Vielleicht,
was Shachi's gun built like this in the first place? The reason why
weil er
must be
Linkshänder
loaded.
ist.
Are you saying you need my help to solve this? Oh, fine. Since you're so good at begging, I don't mind helping you out one bit. Here we go! Lay it all out! Are you ready to play the Shinigami puzzle?
In seiner Waffe erkennt man, dass Shachi Linkshänder ist.
Nice! Go, go, go!
Sag ich's doch.
That's right! Nice!
Und die Waffe haben sie in die rechte Hand gelegt und das ergibt keinen Sinn. Es würde keinen Sinn ergeben, wenn er sich selbst erschossen habe. Sich selbst erschossen hätte.
That's it! It's because he was left-handed!
Yay! Ich bin auch Linkshänder.
The reason the cylinder swings out to the right is to let him reload while still holding the gun in his left hand.
Ja, normalerweise bei Revolvern, die halt für Rechtshänder entwickelt sind, geht halt der Zylinder nach links, weil sie die Waffe logischerweise in der rechten Hand halten und dann mit der linken nachladen können.
If he was right-handed, it would be very difficult to reload if the cylinder swings out to the right. If Shachi was right-handed, he wouldn't have commissioned his gun to be designed this way. Which means Shachi is left-handed.
Ah, ich hatte recht. Chachi hatte eine speziell konstruierte Waffe, weil er Linkshänder war. Also hat er sich nicht selbst erschossen.
Look, the exit! You did it, Yuma!
Oh, it worked.
All thanks to yours truly.
No, it is thanks to Yuma's deduction.
What? But we'd all be flattened by now if it wasn't for my assist.
I will never believe the God of Darkness could willingly lend a helping hand.
Sure, say what you want. Anyway, let's hurry. Countdown is still going.
Right. It looks like the number's gone down by a lot.
You were so close to figuring out this mystery. Let's hurry it up faster.
Yeah, got it.
Zum Glück scheint man hier kein echtes Zeitlimit zu haben.
Look, another monster!
Ach, da sind sie ja wieder.
Alrighty, we're here as your official roadblock. Huh? You want to know why? Because the homicide route ends here. That Shachi terrorist committed suicide. After all, right, Dominic?
You kept insisting it was a homicide earlier, but now you're going with the suicide theory?
These monsters are cheaters!
Maybe they're cheaters because they're monsters.
Are you defending
Wirklich.
the monsters? Curse you, God of Darkness! Queen of monsters!
I'm not defending them. I can't even follow this whole monsters and God of Darkness story you have going.
Now's not the time to be fighting!
Bad luck! Looks like it's a dead end!
That wasn't it!
Watch carefully for what the opponent says. Select the part you want to investigate.
Got it.
Bad luck! You can't proceed! Because it wasn't a homicide! Shachi definitely committed suicide!
That claim doesn't hold up!
Nein, hat er nicht.
No! Shachi didn't commit suicide! All the evidence points to the contrary!
You know you're super annoying, right? Fine. I'll crush you like a bug. So
Shachi
what
is
if this one was
Linkshänder.
designed for the left hand? You can still shoot yourself. Shachi shot himself with the gun in his dominant hand. Therefore, a death by suicide. There's no proof. Culprit fired the gun. No contradiction. It's a suicide. We're done here. Time to go home.
Wenn es doch nur so einfach wäre. Sieht aus, als hätte Shachi seine rechte Hand dazu benutzt, sich selbst in den Kopf zu schießen. Aber ist irgendwas daran nicht seltsam? Meister, hast du eine Idee?
Ja.
Ja, ich bin mir ziemlich sicher, dass es einen Hinweis in Lösungsschlüsseln gibt.
So
Linkshänder
what if
ist.
this one was designed for the left hand? You can still shoot yourself.
Kann man.
Shachi shot himself with the gun in his dominant hand.
Shachi was left-handed, but he was found dead with the gun in his right hand. There's no reason he'd use his non-dominant hand to commit suicide. It's an obvious contradiction.
Yep.
When the culprit tried to make it appear like a suicide, they put the gun in the wrong hand.
Ups.
Which means someone else was involved in Shachi's death. His death was a setup. It's a homicide.
Die werden uns noch ein paar Mal nerven, wahrscheinlich.
You managed once again to slay the monsters. That confirms it. The homicide route was the correct one.
Seems like it. I guess I can admit defeat here.
Oh, wie selten.
Huh? The God of Darkness admitting defeat? Perhaps she has an honest side. No! It cannot be! Could this be an illusion she conjured forth?
You know, I don't really care, so long as we keep solving mysteries.
Yep.
Just keep helping my master out for a bit longer.
Let's carry on for now.
Oh, Boot fahren.
The culprit made a pretty cliché mistake getting the victim's dominant hand wrong.
Perhaps the culprit doesn't know that Shachi's custom gun was designed for someone left-handed. Shachi rarely carried his gun, so they probably never saw him hold it.
Wahrscheinlich.
Why would he go through the trouble of getting a custom gun that he never intended to use? Deep down, do you think he was just like any other violent terrorist?
Maybe the gun was a gift.
A gift? From whom?
A woman named Iruka manages the Resistance's weapons. She was the one who designed it.
Yep.
Gifting a gun is so romantic. It delights my adventurer's heart.
Was auch immer daran romantisch sein soll.
It does?
Well, thanks to the culprit's mistake, we now know this was a homicide. But we still have a lot of unanswered questions.
Oh, Strudel. So. Und nur? Von wo aus hat der Täter auf das Opfer geschossen?
The location where the culprit shot Shachi.
Aus dem Versteck. Dach des Verstecks oder Dach des Nebengebäudes?
Yep, even if this case is a homicide, that's still a mystery.
But if you know it was, in fact, a homicide, then the answer has to be here. I have no idea what it could be, but I am confident that you can discover the answer. For you are he who tames the God of Darkness, holy great detective warrior of light Yuma.
Der Titel wird immer und immer länger.
How long is my name going to get?
So lang, bis man 5 Minuten braucht, nur um den Titel zu sagen. Aus dem Versteck. Entweder das Versteck oder das Dach, ich weiß es nicht. Nope. Also muss es das doch sein. Nachher stimmt das auch nicht. Doch, es ist richtig. Wäre es jetzt auch gewesen, wenn wir vorher das Nebengebäude ausgeschlossen haben. Gut, es wäre auch nicht möglich gewesen, außer man hängt am Nebengebäude wie Spider-Man oder so.
That was the right answer, but if he was shot on the roof, doesn't that mean the culprit was also on the roof?
The culprit placed the gun in Shachi's hand to make it look like a suicide. That means they had to be there in person. The culprit was definitely on
Ja,
that
stimmt.
roof.
Stimmt. Ist ja logisch.
But Yuma, you said nobody was there when you arrived.
That's what we have to figure out now.
Yep.
When I heard the shot, I was halfway up the emergency stairs. It took about 10 seconds to reach the roof. And in that time, the culprit vanished like a cloud of smoke from the scene.
Where could the murderer have gone?
This is...
We're back at the crime scene.
Folge dem Fluchtweg des Täters.
Follow the culprit's escape route?
You need to escape in the same way the culprit did after committing the crime.
Also durch die Tür schon mal nicht. Es kann ja eigentlich nur da lang gewesen sein, oder? Nachbargebäude, nee. Dachkante.
Though it is fairly high, would it not be possible to climb down from here on a rope or ladder?
There's nowhere to hang something like that onto. Plus, from this height, it'd take a while to get all the way down like that. It'd be tough for someone to get down and gather their equipment in the short time it took me to reach the roof.
You probably couldn't jump down onto a mat from this height either. You'd die no matter how you landed.
Is it easier to imagine using a rope or some other tool to escape to the neighboring building? Or perhaps they used a hot air balloon? The culprit must be quite the adventurous thrill-seeker.
Nein.
But those high voltage lines would get in the way. You'd never reach the next building without touching them.
Oh, so the culprit is not an adventurer?
That's what you're disappointed about?
So the culprit escaped via the emergency stairs. As the culprit was in a state of emergency, it is only natural that they would make use of emergency stairs.
Ich glaube, für sowas ist die Flugtreppe eigentlich nicht gedacht.
Wait. Master was up ahead, right? There's no way the culprit could have escaped without bumping into him.
What are you saying? Yuma is right here, is he not?
I mean, when the crime happened. Jeez, this sheltered skank and her empty head are killing me here.
Yet again! You called me sheltered!
Hey, I'm just telling it like it is.
Sheltered there!
I don't know if the culprit realized I was there. The footage from the security camera positioned here didn't show anybody around,
Yep.
which makes it hard to imagine the culprit escaped from here.
Und dann noch die Tür. Aber da waren ja die Friedenswächter.
Is it easier to imagine that the criminals simply went back inside through this door?
No, that's impossible. At the time of the incident, the peacekeepers were on the other side of it.
I see. If the culprit had gone inside through here, they would have been apprehended by those peacekeepers.
Well, it's safe to say this wasn't the escape route.
Ja, außerdem war es ja von der Seite abgeschlossen.
Yuma,
Ah ja, wir sollten alles untersuchen. Also,
this is bad. We have reviewed all the possible escape routes.
And yet, we can't figure out how the culprit got off the rooftop.
Hysterical.
This isn't funny! At this rate, we'll run out of time!
What are we supposed to do?
There's no other way besides finding the culprit's escape route. That's how it is in the mystery labyrinth.
yep.
Where are the entrances for cast members and the hidden entryways for maintenance crews?
Gibt's nicht.
This isn't an attraction at some theme park.
Well then, why do you hunt Yuma if you cannot even do your job and guide him? A god of darkness who cannot guide you is just a directionless god of darkness.
Dafür ist er doch Detektiv, oder?
I have no idea what you're talking about. You're a stupid, sheltered skank that's completely useless.
You called me sheltered again! How many times is that now? Let's see. After the number 3 comes...
Seriously, are you dead?
Please,
Der arme Kerl.
When are you gonna start being useful?
I feel much better.
Together.
The culprit must have been on the roof when they committed the crime. They escaped somehow. But how? There aren't any other clues at the crime scene. Wait, if nothing was there... What if the culprit destroyed evidence?
What? Destroyed evidence? Then leave it to yours truly. I'll wring it out of your mind, Master.
You're going to recreate the crime scene again?
If you don't remember it, then I've got no choice. I'll make it a gentle beating this time around. So, which memory do you want beaten out of you?
Eine Zeit der Trachtprügel. Irgendwie ein Widerspruch.
How about when Shachi first called me up to the rooftop? The culprit wouldn't have done anything to the scene yet. I can even compare it to when I found the corpse.
Alrighty, leave it to me.
What is this daunting aura I sense? What are your intentions here?
Let's do it, Master.
It can't be!
Ganz sanft geprügelt.
Are you alright, Yuma?
I'm in so much pain. I feel like I'm gonna pass out.
Das darfst du nicht
The
werden.
corpse is gone, but nothing else has really changed about this place. I believe all that happened was you were assaulted, Yuma.
Not much time passed between when you first reached the rooftop and when you discovered the corpse. If nothing changed, then there are no clues here for you to use.
Hang on. There must be something. Something that the culprit destroyed to cover their tracks.
I wrenched this memory out of your tiny brain, so you don't have much time left to look around. Your time limit is until the pain in your head goes away. You better hurry up and investigate.
Nice.
Got it. I'll hurry. When I found the body, the key was still in the keyhole, and the peacekeepers were on the other side of the door.
Yep.
So there isn't anything different about the door either. It seems like there's no place to hang a rope off of. There's nothing of note on this side of the wall. What is that? A storm drain? Has that always been there? Oh, right. The explosion.
Ja, die Explosion.
The explosion that happened right after I found the body must have buried it in rubble. So the drain was covered after a mysterious explosion.
Der Gully wurde von den Trümmern der Explosion verschüttet, die unmittelbar nach dem Fund der Leiche stattfand. Okay, das war's schon.
Find anything, Master?
Yeah, I might have found a clue that shows how the culprit escaped.
Really? You did it, Yuma!
Mystery phantoms!
Chirp, 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 chirp. I was curious what all the tweeting was about. You're still fantasizing about all this nonsense?
He committed suicide. There's nobody to pursue. After all, there's no place a culprit could run to. No one can run off a rooftop.
No one could escape the rooftop.
Which means if you can disprove that, then we'll defeat them and press forward.
Ja. Also mal schauen.
What's with these weirdo fantasies? I'm saying Shachi committed suicide. You're such a maggot. There is no other culprit. No one could have left that rooftop.
That claim doesn't hold up!
Na, dann sind wir mal gespannt.
No, there is a culprit! And there's a way to escape from the roof, too!
Also, vielleicht.
Oh, such a drag. You're still talking about that? What a downer!
The culprit had to be on the roof if it's not suicide.
Ja.
So where did the culprit go?
Ja, wo ist er denn?
You can't escape through the roof's door.
Nein.
You can't escape down the emergency stairs.
Nein.
Or was the culprit on the roof the whole time?
Mm-mm.
All impossible! There's simply no place to run.
Wie auch immer der Gully damit zusammenhängt. Aber wir werden es sehen.
No, there is a way out. The drain directly below the rooftop.
Don't let any shady statement slip by.
Mysteriöse Phantome werden dir von Zeit zu Zeit ein Rätsel stellen. Lese die Frage sorgfältig durch und kontere, indem du die Wörter der Antwort zurückweist, die du für richtig hältst. Okay.
The tree? What about it? What's that got to do with green from the roof? How did the culprit escape? Go ahead and try answering that.
Nein, das war's nicht. Ich dachte, der Täter hat seine Verbündeten zum Gully gerufen und eine Leiter oder so etwas mitgebracht. Aber er ist nicht unmöglich, eine Leiter in dieser Höhe aufzustellen und wieder wegzunehmen. Ja. Dauerte nicht lange, bis wir den Tatort erreichten, nachdem wir den Schuss gehört hatten. Das ist wahr. Lass uns noch einmal darüber nachdenken.
The tree? What about it? What's that got to do with green from the roof? How did the culprit escape? Go ahead and try answering that.
This, I'll expose the truth! That's right! The culprit dove into the train from the roof!
Da wirst du aber ziemlich gut zielen beim Sprengen.
That was the culprit's escape route!
Könnte der Täter vielleicht jemand sein, der sehr gut schwimmen kann?
They disappeared, but to leap into a storm drain from atop a roof? Is such an adventurous stunt truly possible?
I wasn't sure about that as well. But if the explosion was used to destroy evidence, I think that has to be the case. The culprit opened the storm drain's grates beforehand and jumped from the roof right after committing the crime. The Doya district was flooded, so naturally the drain would have been filled with water. Then, the culprit swam away.
It would only take a few seconds to escape the roof that way. So the culprit used a bomb to blow up the area, which covered up the evidence of their escape.
Why? We defeated these monsters already!
The problem here was follow the culprit's escape route.
So we have to leap into the drain just like the culprit did?
I have to jump from up here? And now more drains have suddenly appeared! What is happening?
Ah.
Faster! You have to make up your mind and jump!
No, I don't! I'm already falling!
Sie müssen nicht springen, sie werden gesprungen. Wer war in der Lage, dieses Verbrechen zu begehen?
This is the answer!
Autsch. Der Widerstand wäre natürlich. Falsche Taste.
We actually made it.
I felt as if my heart would jump out of my chest, but we managed to get down.
It's not over yet. Look over there! Looks like all the suspects are here!
Must we fight all of them? Even Yuma cannot face 4 foes at once. They fled!
Then we better chase after them.
Chase scenes are common in adventures, but are you certain the culprit is among them?
Ja.
There are only two ways the culprit could get a hold of Shachi's gun, the murder weapon. Either steal it from the safe or get it from Shachi himself. In any case, the only ones who could have done it are members of the Resistance.
Yep.
Is it possible the culprit took the victim's gun by force? If so, a complete stranger could have done it.
Mit Gewalt? Ich glaube eher nicht.
But if someone tried to take his gun, I'm sure Shachi would have drawn it and threatened them.
Yep.
If so, the culprit would have realized their target was left-handed.
I see.
Bestimmt.
That would conflict with a cover-up attempted at the crime scene.
Also, the culprit issued a proclamation on behalf of the Resistance against the Peacekeepers. At the time, I didn't understand why it was sent to the Peacekeepers. But it must have been to corner Shachi by steering the Peacekeepers toward the hideout. The culprit then ambushed him when he arrived on the roof.
Which means the culprit anticipated the target fleeing up there.
Perhaps it was a planned escape route the Resistance had decided on beforehand. If they fled using the emergency stairs, it would be easy to shake off pursuers. As a matter of fact, the Peacekeepers were held up there. If he hadn't been killed, he would have escaped.
So all
Yep.
of it was calculated. Whoever it is, they are truly frightening. And that culprit is among them?
If we organize all the clues we've got so far, we can narrow down who the culprit is.
Yay.
How long will they keep running? At this rate, there's no end in sight.
Uh.